Hello, hello!
Hello again, friends!
It's us! Sarah!
Alantha.
We've got more books. All right, here we go, friends.
We're library ladies. This is what we do.
It is.
Books. All the books all the time. So the first book I want to talk about is a graphic novel called Teen Boat. It is about a character named Teen Boat, as a matter of fact. And this, I actually don't have the book because I checked it out on Hoopla and read it on my iPad. So you could just, if you have a device or laptop, phone, whatever, you can check it out on Hoopla and just read it instantly. And it's delightful and hilarious. It is about a teenage boy who turns into a boat. He's like part transformer and part werewolf, and it is so funny. He has a lot of problems. He has breakouts with barnacles, and he maybe falls in love with another boat who is a lady boat, but that boat can't transform into a human. It's complicated. So if you like, this book is actually from John Patrick Green, who did Investigators and Kitten Construction Company. So all of his books are pretty quirky and funny. But this is one, like, if you like Dogman or Investigators or any of those series, this is a great book to read. It is hilarious and weird and wonderful and instantly available on Hoopla.
Yay, Hoopla! I love Hoopla.
Same.
All right, friends. I've got Acorn Cove by the amazing Katie O'Neill. I love all of her stuff. Aquicorn Cove is this delightful graphic novel about this girl named Lana. Lana goes with her family to this little cove, and it's recently had a storm hit it, and things aren't looking so hot there. So her aunt lives on this cove, and they go there to help rebuild and to help the local environment. And along the way, they find all these mystical, magical creatures like aquicorns, and it is delightful and happy and wonderful. The art is precious. Look at how cute this is. Oh my goodness. It's very wholesome. It's very happy. It's a quick read. It will fill you with joy. I highly recommend it. All of her other books are really lovely too, such as the Tea Dragon series. So if you're looking for something happy that will just make you feel so inside, Aquicorn Cove. It's good stuff.
All right, so the next book I have is a graphic novel called If I Go Missing. This is a super short little one, and this is based on, so it's a nonfiction book. It's actually, I think we have it in true crime. So this is an illustrated version of a 14-year-old girl wrote a letter to the police department about Indigenous women and girls go missing more frequently than anyone else, and they are often never recovered. So this young girl, her name is Brianna, she went to see an art installation where someone had put red dresses for all these missing Indigenous women and hung them from trees. So she saw this and she was inspired to write this letter about what would happen if she went missing. And it became this viral thing, and someone, well, she and then another artist, both of whom are Indigenous women, turned this into this really beautiful and moving graphic novel. So it's a super quick read, and I feel like a really important book, and just highly recommend it. I did not realize a lot of the stuff in here, and you know, when you hear it from a really personal perspective, it touches you and it makes you think for a minute. So this one is really, really good. A little more serious than some of the other ones. A lot more serious than Teen Boat, but definitely worth reading.
Very important stuff there. All right. Next one I've got for you is called Time Museum. So this one's another graphic novel. This one is about this girl here, and she enters this thing called the Time Museum. Now, the Time Museum is not like just any ordinary museum. No, no, no. The Time Museum allows one to travel through time, and you can go back in time, but you can also go forward in time, and it's pretty amazing. So we've got dinosaurs. They look kind of terrifying, but also a little bit hilarious. And we can also go forward. And the museum itself is pretty awesome. They get to hang out there. They've got dorms. And she gets to meet all these amazing people. And then people from all of these different time periods hang out inside the Time Museum. So if you're looking for a slightly ridiculous book about people from all these periods of time hanging out together and doing all these amazing things together and having adventures and what it would be like to go through time, then I highly recommend the Time Museum. It's fun. The art is fabulous. It's entertaining. Check it out. The Time Museum.
All right, so I actually have 2 books for the next selection, and I just wanted to talk about, again, nonfiction books. So we have lots and lots of nonfiction, and nonfiction always we think of as being like boring stuff, but we have all of these art books. So this one is The Art of Mulan, and it is maybe the biggest book that we have in our library right now, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I feel like Mulan is probably a very underrated Disney princess if we want to be real about it. Mulan deserves way more credit, but the new movie just came out, live action Mulan, and that's exciting. But this is from the animated one. And the art is really beautiful, and it's a big substantial book that I just kind of want to lift over my head and run around with. I don't know why. That's how I feel about big art books. And then this is The Art of Bioshock. And you guys, Bioshock is my very favorite video game ever. And this one is just, it's creepy and spooky and gorgeous, but it talks about all of the character development and like maybe this character would have originally looked like this, and then we changed it, and now, and yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff in here. So you can check out books about art from like pretty much any video game, movie, things like that. We probably have it on the shelf, and they're really super fun to look through. Highly recommend.
Yes, we've got a lot. I personally like to look through the Star Wars ones.
Oh, those are fun.
They're so good!
They're really fun.
And it'll be like, I'm going to try to draw the characters, and then they end up looking like something completely different, but that's okay, because that's fun.
Oh man, Sarah, we have books about how to draw things.
Oh my goodness, that's so right. I would
Next
probably
book talk.
benefit. Yes, we'll have to do a drawing one. It's good stuff. All right, my final book for you is also nonfiction. It's called Chasing Lincoln's Killer. And my goodness, friends, I originally listened to this one as an audiobook, but then I really enjoyed it and got the physical book, and I am so glad I did, because there are so many incredible pictures in it. So this book is about this whole assassination plot that existed to assassinate Lincoln and all of these other political figures at the time, and how a lot of these fell through. And it was so intense. So there's all these news clippings in here, and it talks about all these different figures that were involved. It was really complex. It reads like it's a very fast-paced book, and you're like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Because I didn't know any of this. This was not taught to me in my history class. It's fascinating. I listened to it literally at the beach with a little play away, because I was like, oh my goodness, I need to know what happens next. And then I bought the book, I kid you not, because I wanted to know all of the things and look at the pictures and find out about it. It's so good. Friends, I made my parents read this book. It's that amazing. So if you're looking for a really interesting book about things with Lincoln that you might not learn in school, check out Chasing Lincoln's Killer. It's so wild. So that's what we've got for you today.
I think that's everything.
It's good stuff. Check out some books. All right. We'll
Bye,
see
y'all.
ya.